Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, Saunch here. Welcome back to yet another episode here on the Bodybuilding News Network. If you're new, consider subscribing. But in this episode, I wanted to talk about Roman Fritz. Now, in a recent post from Daniel over at Bodybuilders Without Borders, one of the best bodybuilding outlets, considerably the ESPN of bodybuilding over on Instagram, posted a recent post talking about how I'll just read it for you. People are not happy that Roman Fritz took 8th place at the Roman Muscle Fest Pro, even though he added considerable size. Judges' feedback was that he needed to thicken the back. Now, for your viewing pleasure and for your entertainment, I have put together, let's see here, 5, 6, 7 mandatory shots to go through over his 2022 competitive season. In some ways, this will be an episode of Better or Worse, Volume 3. We're going to look through these 7 shots over the last 3 shows that he did this competitive season, the 2022 competitive season, and we're going to see if he got better, worse, or if he's maintained the same conditioning, size, things of that nature. Now, his placings have gone up and down. If we look at his most recent placing here at the Romania Muscle Fest Pro, he did place 8th. And looking at his scorecard over the year, placing 8th here, 5th just a few months prior, just about a month ago at the Yamamoto Cup Pro. I believe this was the France one or the Italy. Please correct me if I'm wrong there. I think it's the France one. Back in August, he placed 13th at the Texas Pro, which is what most of us remember, where he came in very, very conditioned. Some people say too conditioned. And then prior to that, he did place 11th at the Tampa Pro. We did not include that one as the Texas and the Tampa were, I believe, back to back. I think they were the same, almost the same weekend, just 1 week away from each other. So the package should be somewhat similar. Now, let's go ahead and start off with the front relaxed. I still think this is a phenomenal shot for him. Great flaring lats, tiny midsection, kind of has a Dennis Wolf vibe to him. To put some more positives here, great delt capping. The biceps look really nice and full. Nice traps. I think in the middle and the Yamamoto shot show, I thought the traps looked the best. And then the legs, pretty comparable in all these shows. Although the Romania Pro, he does look more dense in the leg, the front quad department, especially the quad sweep. And then all the way on the right side at the Texas Pro, I would say that is the most conditioned package that we saw from him. The France Pro in the middle, the lighting is a little funky, but I definitely would say he looks bigger in these showings here at the Romania. In the front double, this is actually how I do my front double, so I love seeing him do it this way with the spiked, flared left leg. I think it's a really nice shot for him. Again, kind of the same conversation. Looks bigger at the Romania, more condition at the Texas. Stringier, when you look at it, it looks very similar. I mean, some people maybe say 8 to 15 pound difference. I don't know about that. He looks bigger at the Romania, but I don't know how much. Definitely let me know if you know any more information in the comment sections below. But again, kind of the same conversation here. Bigger at the Romania, more conditioned, almost under-dieted at the Texas. The front and lat, it's an okay shot. It definitely shows he needs a little bit more size in the lats, but that could be, one high lat insertions are going to potentially prevent him from building that lower sweep, the thickness, the girthiness in those lats, and you're going to see that in the back shots as well. So I won't get ahead of myself too much, but he definitely would need to put some more size on in this lat spread on the lats to really be more competitive. But overall, I love what I'm seeing here. I think he looks great. The legs are phenomenal. The midsection's tight and controlled. There's no gyno. Overall, just a good shot for him. Side chest. Now this one I would really like to see, Roman, if you're watching, brother, I'd really like to see some improvements here. Now, obviously I'm not a pro, but this is just my thoughts here. I'd like to see you put the hands a little lower towards the posing trunks. That might, I don't know if that would make you look a little bit elongated. Maybe that's why you're holding it so high, because you have a nice midsection. So I'm wondering what the strategy is behind having the hands so high up. You know, maybe it's to emphasize the bicep peak, really show off that that rolled delt peak. I'm not sure here. I'd also like to see him sit down on that hamstring a little bit, flex the glute more to show off more of a sweep. You can see from the Texas to the Romania, the legs almost double in size. And I feel like that's mostly dieting, maybe water, maybe supplementation. I'm not too sure. But I'd like to see the posing also improve. So he made massive improvements with, the package that he brought to the Romania in terms of size and somewhat conditioning, if you will, if you'll push it there. But I'd like to see more improvements in the posing, Roman. So hopefully that doesn't fall on deaf ears. I come from a place of appreciation. I am a fan at heart. First and foremost, I am a fan. Back double, this is a really big one. This is where you're going to see most of the improvements here. Crazy improvement in thickness, in density, fullness on the Romania shots on the left. I'd say the legs from the back look, very comparable. You'd see the right leg, the plantar leg, and the left leg is the spiked leg. On his plantar leg, I feel like it's thicker, but potentially this could be the camera angle as well. The photo's taken a little bit to the right, so when he's tilting that foot, that plantar foot to the 45-degree angle, it's going to give that illusion of a thicker leg. So taking the photo from the right side is really going to emphasize the thickness and the fullness of that plantar leg. From the back, you don't need camera tricks here, people. Ladies and gentlemen, I think he looks absolutely lights out, world class, phenomenal, as I like to say, with that back. I think it's just phenomenal, very full. I think he did a great job with this prep, and this is really showing what he's capable of doing when he's not over dieted. And this is the conclusion for his season. So he went out, in my opinion, I'm sure you can agree in the comment sections below or just in your heads, that this is the best package that he brought this year. Now, for this lat spread, he did not do the lat spread and the side try traditionally or at all in his posing routine, so I did have to take them from the comparison rounds. So the quality is not as good as the other ones. So I do apologize, but I want you to know that there is no ill intent here. I'm just trying to show you the best that I can do. Now, saying that, I still think that the Romania Pro is the best package that he's brought this year. Density, thickness, fullness, maybe even conditioning. I mean, look at the striations on that glute. He has pretty good conditioning all around, but he definitely made improvements in the size, the thickness. Now, I'm not sure, of course, correct me in the comment sections below if this is a limitation for Roman with the motorcycle accident, I believe. If he has some limitations with training from a spinal injury, but it does seem that his back isn't as developed as the other people on stage. He beat out someone like Milan Sadiq, who placed second or third at the Prague show. And I think that was a very big step for Roman. I think that really is going to set him up for a good season next year, as Milan had a phenomenal year. But the lat spread I thought looked good, but it's definitely something, there's something lacking, either in the thickness, or I think it's more the density in the spinal erectors. You can see that they're present, and you can see a little bit of Christmas tree action developing, but there's not a lot of 3D muscle. There's not a lot of Phil Heath muscle jumping out at you to really accentuate the thickness and the fullness of that back. So again, another critique I'd like to see is him to develop that lower back to really emphasize the density and the thickness of the traps and the spinal erectors. And finishing up with the tricep shot, please subscribe if you enjoy this style of content, and leave a like if you want to see more content like this. Also, comment below if you guys want to see more side-by-side comparisons from the Romania Pro. I'm going to do one on, let me pull it up real quick since I have your attention. It's going to come out hot probably tomorrow. It's going to be Enrico Hoffman versus Lian Yang. Enrico Hoffman placing 4th, and Lian Yang, I think, placing 7th or 9th. So a look out for that video. But if you want to see more comparisons, potentially a Jean Turek versus a Milan Sadiq as they placed side by side at the Prague. If you want to see that comparison, let me know down below, or any other comparisons, please let me know. Finishing out the video, the side tricep shot. This is another one where I feel that he made some massive improvements over his competitive season. Now, potentially I could have picked bad photos here, but his presentation from the Romania, the way he really leans back on the tricep and gives that crazy classic look where he's really leaning into it and letting the tricep fall backwards. If you've ever done a tricep shot like that, it takes a lot of work to really let it go back there, and it takes a lot of mobility as well in the shoulders and things of that nature to be able to do that shot. So trust me when I say he's doing a phenomenal job here. Whereas in the Texas Pro, he's collapsed in, and it's going to kind of make him look a little bit more narrow than he needs to be. He's also almost completely stood up, which takes all the sweep and the thickness out of the hamstring. So if he did have any thickness or drop to that hamstring, although he was over dieted for Texas, you're not going to see it in this shot because of how upright he is. And that's just my opinion, of course. Please let me know in the comment sections below. I'd also like to see him try to bring that outer shoulder around to give that wider presentation of wider shoulders when doing this tricep shot. It's going to probably help him out if he's able to be that flexible. Of course, I'm not too sure if he can, but definitely let me know, Roman, if that's something you're thinking about doing in the near future. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Thank you so much for watching till the end. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel grow. Please let me know who you want to see next on the show in terms of long format interviews on the Bodybuilding News Network podcast version. And of course, we do want to move over to Spotify eventually for the audio version so you can listen to it without draining your battery while you're doing your cardio. Lauren, I know you appreciate the audio version if we had something like that. So definitely let us know if that's something you'd like me to do in the near future. Of course, bodybuildingnews.net for all merch and apparel. We have hats, hoodies, all types of cool stuff. And then all the proceeds from that is going to go back into this channel, either in giveaways or upgrading the hardware and upgrading production, maybe advertisements, things of that nature. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for sticking around for 13 minutes for this in-depth look at Roman Fritz's 2022 competitive season. I hope to see more of him on the Fuad Aviad podcast, and I hope to see more of him over on, I believe he's over there with Leo Meyerhofer. I thought he did a couple episodes with him, so we'd love to see more of that. But that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.